Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today I'm working on my legit kits and I'm up to month 4. And we're doing week 15. So let's get sewing. So as you can see, we've got 4 areas that we need to be concerned with today. So we're going to start pulling our color, SB, and that's the school bus. I really like that color. It's always so pretty. So let me see here. I've got my color code, got my chart. I want to make sure everything's lining up. So I'm working on D3, piece 1. So it's right here. And this is the angle that I'll be cutting. So I know I've got the right fabric for the right piece and the right block. So I've got this hunk that I have left over. Then I've got one other one that I've got left over. So I'm going to use this in here. And we'll just slide these over out of the way. I'll move my tag. I like to just stick it on my hand until I get the first piece in. So as you can see, you're just going to have to do a little bit of pinning, a little bit of wiggling, but it'll go right in. You won't have any trouble at all. Line up and give yourself that 1/4 of an inch over here. That'll save you a little bit of trimming. And pin it in place. So it's pinned in. So I'm going to slide back here. I'm going to turn my paper and my fabric, and I'm just going to snip in. Cut it off. And then come down the side. So I'm finished with this. So I'll put that tag right back on it so it stays with this project for its duration. I'll file this back in its file folder and we'll move to the next color. My next color is going to be AF. So you'll look through your file system and that color is saffron. That's really pretty. So we're going to open it up, pull back your cut guide, and you're going to look for D3 on your cut guide. It's the second block. So we're going to mark it off here because it is here. And it's right there. So that's the first time we're cutting. So the numbers won't always line up. So don't worry if they don't. It's okay. You want to pay close attention to how you're cutting these. And make sure that you're allowing yourself that 1/4 of an inch. And I've got it here because I'm going to lose it here. So it's all going to pull up. So I'm just going to fold back and give it this little press here because I want to make sure that I'm cutting on the right line. So to make sure that I'm able to see that really good, I just wheeled it in basically. So I'll move this out of the way. And as you can see, I've got that faint line right there. Another way to cut these is you can do them this way. This will go back into its file system under saffron. So we'll slide this one over, press it down flat, and we're going to lay this one right in. You can do the test like I show you and fold back, and it's going to be enough to cover your block. Pinch and pin, whatever works for you, and slide them in. You'll see places where you're supposed to sew off into the gray area. That does come in handy. It helps lock your block in place. You just need to pay attention to which ones tell you to do what. When you get your legit kit, I highly recommend that you read everything straight through. You watch the videos that everyone's putting out, and that's really informative and really helpful as well. So we're going to slide this over and just press it back. As you can see, I've got a little bit here, but that's this part will be trimming out, so that's not even going to be seen. You can use your clapper, you can use your acorn pin, whatever method that you prefer. I use my acorn when I'm joining sections. It works for me. Give it the heats, and that's in place. So we'll slide it over. And I'm going to fold back this section, and see, this needs trimmed off before I ever look for my next color. And my next color is SX, and that's Sunny. So we'll pull this out, get my cut guide, make sure I have D3 on my cut guide, and I do. So I'm going to just mark that off. And as you can see, we've got everything marked and moved. That's a pretty significant piece. So let me pull this off. And I like to just put it on my hand out of the way. So see where you want to lay it. And it's going to fit in here really nice. So I'm going to give myself that extra 1/4 inch that I always tell you about. I'm going to fold it back, and I'll cut in place. Put my label right back on. I like the labels. They really help keep you in check along the way. So we've got this piece done. That's a really fussy cut, I'll tell you. So I'll slide it up in here. And we're going to fold it back up and make sure that you've got enough. And I do. So we'll put this back in, because we'll have one more cut with that. And we're going to flip it over, slide everything out of the way, and right under the needle. This one here I will sew off, because that's the last time I'll need this little tidbit. Make sure you're lined up on both sides, and just sew it straight in. Trim your threads. Finger press this up and out of the way. Then go ahead and give it the heat. This is so stinking relaxing, just to watch all these colors come into play. It's really cool. So I've got this corner here. We're going to go ahead and bounce up into and trim off. I'm going to look for DK, and if memory serves me right, that's my duckling. So that's this little section here. So I have D3. Right here it is, and we shall mark it off. Drop this back in and pull out that little snippet that we need. So I do believe this part will cover. So I shall cut this off. It's just a fussy cut, because I had my scraps I saved from the other blocks, and we'll just slide that in. We're going to come up here on the edge, line it up to your 1/4 inch, flip it over, and slide it under your presser foot. Trim off your threads, flip it over, and finger press. Then we'll trim this block in, and this week we'll be done. I'm telling you, these go really fast. Flip it around and do the same. Voila, another week done. Look at how the color shadings Mike and his team have done a fabulous job. So as you're working it, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me and ask. If it's something I can help you with, I surely will. And if not, I'll plug you in to either Mike, Jamie, or Hayden. They're the three that I touch base with, and they do a fabulous job. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you back for the last one for month 4.